Dear friends, welcome to Know Thyself YouTube channel. Good morning. Hope you're all staying safe and keeping well. I sincerely thank all of you who have subscribed to this channel and follow the channel. If you find the contents of the videos uploaded in this channel useful, please subscribe to this channel and click the notification or the bell icon so that you can be notified when a video is uploaded. Kindly share the videos with others or on the internet. In the last episode of Know Your Mind segment, in analyzing Eric Berne's model of human psyche, briefly introduced the notion of the ego states and clarified the parent ego state in detail. In this episode, we elaborate on the child, the second ego state, in detail. The child ego state contains thoughts, feelings, and behaviors associated with them, which you have learned from childhood. Thus, in the child ego state, you think, feel, and act in the way you did when you were a child. Let us clarify the child ego state with an example. You, being the youngest member of your family, you have learned that when new people were introduced to everyone in the family, you must greet them last after every older person in the family has greeted. This unconscious recording in your brain may still continue to influence you. And even now, you may wait till everyone has greeted the person who has come to see you. Child ego state builds on the reinforcements or discouragements you have experienced when you were a child. Hence, in child ego state, you tend to replay thoughts, feelings, and behaviors depending on the support or lack of support you have received. If your parents praised you often or admonished you for certain behaviors, or if your childhood was filled with happy memories or negative experiences, would determine the way you interact with yourself and others even now. For instance, if you as a child often sulked or threw away the toys in order to get the attention of your mother, you may unconsciously replay similar thoughts, feelings, and actions in parallel situations in the present. Hence, you may display feelings and associated behaviors of rebellion, delight, whining, sulking, panic, fear, or laughter, depending on the nature and quality of your childhood experiences. Normally, child ego state is characterized by I statements or statements that express a child's likes or dislikes, such as I want, I wish, I need, I don't care, oh no, not again, things never go right for me, worst day of my life, and the like. Hence, the early cry for food and protest of wetness and later playfulness are the functions of the child ego state. Child ego state represents all brain recordings of internal events such as emotions and feelings that are linked to external events observed by you as a child during the first 5 years of your life. A few examples of such recordings: you feeling happy when your mom hugs you, you being scared of your dad's late night movie, you feeling sad when your mom is sad, and the like. Similarly, child ego state may contain recorded happy emotions. To state a few examples: you playing for the first time in mud, you getting wet in the rain, you making snowballs for the first time, you cuddling your pet, and the like. In the same way, negative feelings of helplessness, anger, disappointment, and the like also are recorded in the child ego state. Likewise, your sense of curiosity, creativity, and intuition belong to and come from your child ego state. Hence, child ego state is beneficial to keep your creative and intuitive skills active. In the functional level, we can speak of two types of child ego states, namely adapted child ego state and free or natural child ego state. Let us briefly consider each of them. Firstly, adapted child ego state. Adapted child ego state can be further divided into rebellious or vindictive adapted child ego state and submissive adapted child ego state. When you are in rebellious adapted child ego state, you would be functioning in a disobedient, insubordinate, spiteful, malicious, or mean manner. This state represents your response that has certain amount of negativity, resistance, reaction, blame game, being victimized, and deeper hostility in it. A disobedient child, a rebellious teenager, and a person with a personality disorder that makes him reactive are said to be in the rebellious or vindictive adapted child ego state. Let us give an example. The marketing manager says, I can't get that project completed on time because marketing section never gives us the info. They are just a pain in the neck. This statement is an example of rebellious or vindictive adapted child ego state. It is a reactive statement that places the blame for the delay in the project completion on people in charge of the marketing section, without making any effort to determine what changes need to be done to accomplish the end goals. Until the person shifts to a more problem-solving and less blame others state, the completion of the project would not happen in the near future. On the other hand, when you are in the submissive adopted child ego state, you would be functioning in compliant, conforming, obedient, subservient, passive, or helpless manner. In this state, you feel helpless to do anything by yourself, attempt to please others, and you desire to be liked and acknowledged by others. So you act in accordance with others' wishes. You come across to people as a person who is helpless, unable, submissive, timid, let others to control your thoughts and feelings, and as one who is unable to stand up for yourself. Let us give an example. A company manager says, we have been affected so badly by COVID that I don't think we will ever be able to get back to how things were. No company could thrive under these conditions. This statement is an example of submissive adapted child ego state, as the manager of the company looks at his company's situation from the helpless point of view. He is more focused on what is not in his control, namely the COVID situation, instead of looking for solutions that are under his control while expecting someone to rescue the company from going bankrupt. Secondly, free or natural child ego state. Being in free or natural child ego state implies that you are spontaneous, intuitive, creative, intelligent, free-flowing, and innovative in your thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. It represents a playful, spontaneous, and enjoyment-seeking part of human behavior from infancy to old age. The infant may receive enjoyment from playing with a spoon, and an adult may find enjoyment from golfing or cruising. A person may be 5 years old or 50 years old, but throughout life he or she plays and can be playful or thinks playfully and joyously. This happens because the free or natural child is doing its job. Thus, free or natural child is the unspoiled and golden child ego state. It is part of your child ego state that is free from the influences of negative parent and negative child. free or natural child ego state will help you to get in touch with your needs in a spontaneous manner. You developing the free or natural child ego state depends on the quality of your upbringing and conditioning in the early years of your life. You will develop free or natural child ego state if you as a child were allowed to be free to express your ideas and were given more freedom to adapt to various situations without being told to be quiet, to sit down, to stand up, or to shut up. That is, if you grew up without being unduly controlled or directed. Though it is healthy to be naturally playful and sometimes to be adapted to life, its situations, and its circumstances, excessive indulgences in either free child ego state behaviors or adapted child ego state behaviors can create problems. For instance, if you are too playful on the job, you can get fired. Likewise, if you are inappropriately defiant, rebellious, resistant, withdrawn, or helpless, you will be choosing behaviors that are not proper and suited for normal living. Hence, when it comes to child ego state, whether free or adapted, your behavior should be guided by your adult ego state. In the next episode, we will elaborate on the adult ego state in detail. Thank you for watching this video. Stay blessed until we see you again with another video.